And a pleasant good evening, everyone, from the Broken Spoke Taphouse inside the Amador Live. I'm Ernesto Garcia alongside Max. He's the owner, and it's time now for the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast. Our ticker on the bottom letting you know everything that is going on in the sporting world. There's some big news concerning an NFL lawsuit that's being taken place. We'll tell you about that. And, of course, tonight, high school basketball on our sister station, Cool Oldies 104.5 FM AM 570. Big matchup tonight will be Alamogordo versus Mayfield. That's going to be at the Trojan Gym this evening, so you can make sure to check that out. Tonight at 7 o'clock, Jeff Matthews will have the play-by-play for you. Cruces will be at looking to stay undefeated as they go on the road to the Castle to take on Oregon Mountain, so you know the student bodies are both going to show up. And a reminder, there is no concession stands that are there, and you have to wear your mask when you go to the gym there and either gymnasiums and sit in the designated seating areas. Just a reminder, they keep doing that so they can keep playing. And now New Mexico State, not even Max, going to have concessions either. But I think you have something for that, don't you? You're going to have something down the road for that?
Yeah, actually, we're going to see what we can do, make sure we have the game broadcasts, if they're out there for this week. So
for Thursday and Saturday.
For Thursday and Saturday. And, you know, now that we got our full hours back at Amador, you know, so we're going to see if we can't get that game and get it on the screens here. So if you don't feel like going down and holding your breath for 2 hours, just come on here and you can watch right here.
All right. Want to say hi to Katrina Luis Marquez. How y'all? How you doing? And good luck to y'all there. And, of course, stay safe. Our Rick Pratt's going to be our guest joining us here in a bit. Let's talk about Amador Days. Tickets are going fast. You've got local, national entertainment. We've got 3 big days solid around, and it's all over social media. We're telling you about it as well because we want you to get your tickets and get ready for it.
Yeah, we're almost out of the early bird general admission tickets. So we'll probably be out between now and like maybe Monday.
Not good.
Not good. So we'll still have plenty of tickets. It's just you get a little bit better deal if you get them now. You know, it's 40 instead of 50. So get them done. Man. Yeah. Yeah, they should. I think they're going to probably last till probably Monday at the rate that they're going. We have X amount, so they'll have been on sale for right at about a month. So
I tell you what, don't waste your time. Get them as soon as you can because once they're gone, they're gone. You got Amador Days, and then of course St. Patty's Day. We're doing some big things coming up here.
Yeah, we're going to have some stuff announced on Thursday on what we're going to do. We are going to have a big day. We're going to start announcing what we're doing on Thursday. That puts us out about 6 weeks. So we're pulling that together with some folks that you might know. You know what I mean?
All right. Some buddies of ours. I got you. But, you know, we're going to keep it a little more under wraps. I promise by next Monday, next Tuesday, we're going to have more details.
It'll be all over social media by like Friday.
All right. So I can already
and then we'll talk about it more.
Okay, we'll do it. By the way, we're not rejected on Spotify here. Okay, Max has made sure of that. Yeah. So there's no.
No, I'm not. We're not pulling any. We're not pulling any soundtracks.
No, but you know when you talk about sexual chocolate.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I heard he is in the polka band from Home Alone. You know
if we could get that guy for Amador Days.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know if he's still out there. You know.
I know, but I believe the children are future. Thank you very much, sexual chocolate. But all right, for those of you who remember
you got to go way back, but we know.
All right. Menu is back, loaded up as well, along with the hours too, right?
Yeah, hours are back. We opened today over at Amador for lunch, and so we're still open. We're open till 10 o'clock Tuesday through Thursday, and then we open till midnight Friday, Saturday. So.
And the countdown is on to February 12th, a big day because the 575 reopens up again.
Yeah, with Astronomer. And the other thing is get your reservations for you and that significant other for Valentine's Day. We got 3 different Valentine's Day dinners starting Thursday, the 10th, and it's 10th, 11th, and 12th. You're going to want to reserve those just because we're going to run out of space. That's all being done at the Amador, but we got a fully paired menu. We have
in fact, Coach Pratt's already got his reservations done. He's way ahead.
He's ready to go, dude. Look at him. Yeah, so
not a big smile there.
And we have live entertainment all 3 nights for those. So check that out on social media. Give us a call, 575-541-7417. And then of course Saturday night the 12th, we have Astronomer at 575 for the big grand reopening. And let's see what else. Friday and Saturday night. If you don't have a date, that's okay. We're going to be doing singles Singles nights up at Jack's.
Club band there.
Yeah,
All right,
so,
I appreciate that.
So it's going to be on. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I tell you what, speaking of which, we got another shout out to Katrina at the American Legion Post 4 in Deming. Why don't you come on down? Bring the American Post down here. Max will take care of you.
Bring it.
Yeah. He loves helping out there as well. And of course, we ask all organizations to get there what they can. This is the Massive Valley News Sports Podcast. I got one more thing to talk about: the menu. What's on the menu now that's been back, and what's been brought back?
Oh yeah, so all new menu. I think there's like 15 new items on it. We have the Max Burrito. I don't know why they called it that. I guess they named it after me. It's it looks like a bazooka.
You know you've made it in life when they name a burrito after you. Okay, right. Once I get the Ernesto at the Santa Fe Grill, I'm done.
It's red, green, smothered in queso with fries over the top. It's pretty crazy. It's a meal in of itself. And then we have several new dishes, mainly Mexican food. Couple of pastas that are really good. The red chili shrimp scampi is really going fast. That's been doing really well. And some new salads. We got everything. Yeah, it's all totally redone. So come on down and see it. All and you can get it at either side. You can get it in Amador, or you can get it over here on the Spoke side. So.
All right, we've got the big games coming up, and don't worry, we got Pro Bowls, we got all that stuff. Everything's handled here, and of course, we got college basketball. That's a big one.
Oh yeah,
and we're gonna see if we can get those games on Thursday night when New Mexico State takes on.
Yeah, as long as we can get the broadcast on, then we'll definitely put it on the TVs in both sides and probably upstairs at Jack's. So,
and wow, Max might actually make some popcorn.
Yeah, you never know.
Get your popcorn. You can't get it at the Pan American Center. You'll get it here at the Broken
If they restrict it much more, I guess we'll just see if they want to play half court here on the beer garden and just do the games here.
A little 3-on-3 basketball tournament. I think we'll have to look at that soon.
Yeah.
All right, Max. People want to reach you, get hold of you, get to tickets for Amador Days. How can they do so?
For Amador Days, 575-541-7417, or just go to amadorlive.com, and it's right there on the cover page. The links to the tickets for Amador Days. And then next week we'll be going through all of our St. Patty's Day stuff. So, but just to remind everybody, don't wait on the Valentine's Day stuff because it is starting to move pretty quick. We did 3 days, 3 different dinners just to make sure there was enough space for everybody. But please make those calls and get your table set up.
There you go. And Katrina, thank you for reaching out. Yes, Max is being serious. You're welcome and invited to come here and bring everyone over.
Yeah, come on.
Come on down. No matter where you're listening from. And, of course, hey, you just want to beat the snow, hang out over here. So.
Yep.
Max, I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday, and I can't wait to find out what's happening. Check out social media and find out what is happening here for St. Patty's Day. A lot of great things are coming up, so you do not want to miss out. All right, we're going to welcome head coach Rick Pratt in just a second. He's getting some water because he's the swim and diving coach, so he needs to make sure that he's hydrated. But as he would tell me, because that's our drink of choice right now, hey, for swimming, and I'm going with the water here, he would tell me, drink this before I go to bed and make sure that I stay hydrated when I wake up. Something that swimmers have to do. Am I right, Coach, on that?
For sure. Definitely.
Sure. Yeah. Good to see you. Rick Pratt, the NMSU swimming and diving coach. I'm sorry we haven't seen each other pretty much since COVID. So it's good to see you for the first time in a long time.
Great to see you.
Looking
good.
And you know what? You look better. And I just got to say, I'm so proud of you because how about our Aggies beating the Lobos, finally home. Got the last home meet of the year, getting the sweep there against the Lobos. You can't ask for anything more than that, can you?
It was such a beautiful day, such a fun event, and we had a lot of people show up, and big senior celebration for our 12 seniors, and so much to be proud for, and excited moving into the final push here of the season.
Well, I tell you what, let's talk about this final push here in a second. But let's talk about what got you guys to beat the Lobos. Why did NSU do so well, and what was the sign that you were pretty confident of, like, okay, we got this?
You know, our lineup on our team, we've got pretty good depth, and then the leadership from our seniors, of course, is tremendous. And we've got the sprints this year more than we ever have, and they're really clicking on all cylinders. So, Amy Burton has been on fire. Junior from Colorado has really been leading that group. And then we've got Neja Kosian, who's also been tremendous this season, and Rami Olivia Un as well, and a handful of others. So we've got a really strong core group of sprinters that helps us on relays, and relays are big points in dual meets. And then Amy's been really pushing her breaststroke and getting better at that. And then a couple other kids like Lindsay Polhowski's been on fire and making swimming look easy, when she jumps in the pool. So it's a fun group to coach, and it's been a really busy season. And they deserve a lot of credit. So.
Well, I tell you what, it's not been the easiest season either. Just like any other sport, you dealt with COVID, and back in 2020, had we been doing a sports show like this, I would have been trying to be reaching out to you, trying to figure out how in the world are you doing this? How did it go through it, and how you've been doing it so far this season?
This season, we've been really fortunate to be pretty healthy. Knock on wood here.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. And the team, they make, we're doing what we can to stay healthy and work hard. And I hope, we've been lucky maybe, I don't know, but it's a really healthy group, and they work really hard and manage everything. We had a 3.6 GPA in the fall with like 10 4.0s, and it's just, I'm really lucky to work with such a group.
Yeah, I know. And I know Chancellor Arvizu very happy with that 3.6. And so is most of the NMSU athletics department, as your athletes certainly help bring up our GPA to be one of the highest here in the Southwest, even higher than UTEP sometimes, I hear. So I hear yours is the highest, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah, to have 32 women on the team and to have that kind of GPA says a lot, So almost a third of our group is getting straight 4.0s.
If you got a question for Coach Pratt, let us know. We want to know about that. I want to talk first about your WAC Swimmer of the Week, Italia Ranzabala.
Yep.
And Talibus, obviously a junior, diving is what she did.
Yeah.
What got her that part there?
She's from Mexico City, really talented kid, strong kid, rides the board really well and can get high in the air, and that gives her more time to do certain spins and everything else. And she's been working hard. She had a great summer. She went home to Mexico and was diving like 4 or 5 hours a day and came back in the best shape I've ever seen her. And the past month, she's been way more consistent. The divers went out to Midland, Texas to practice tower, which is kind of a crazy thing to do. But they went out there, the 4 of them, and we're getting that done. And then just being more consistent with meets here and peaking at the right time. So I feel like Coach King is priming those kids to have a good finish here.
So for those of you that don't know, the NMSU diving team, we don't have the diving boards necessary here. So it's either practice at Arizona University. Midland now has diving boards?
Yeah, Midland, Texas has an indoor diving facility with the towers and the bubbles and all the fancy equipment and the gymnastics room and all that stuff. So
is that for University of Texas Permian Basin? Or?
It's actually a club team.
Oh, okay.
City of Midland Club, and UTPB, they do use that facility though on occasion. Yeah.
So they're going to get that now. Fingers crossed one day our state legislature helps us out with that, because even in Albuquerque, they don't have these boards. Am I correct?
There's not a platform in the whole state. Yeah.
It's one of those things where I would wish the state legislature would just say, let's do it. Let's not have our teams go anywhere else. Let's be home. But obviously I know there's a lot of things that got to be done, but still something that you and the UNM coach push for. Am I correct?
Yeah, for sure. And we don't always compete platform, probably only 3 or 4 times a season. Most dual meets, it's just springboard. And we have pretty good springboards. We've got 2 inside and 2 of each, 1 meter and 3 meter, 2 of each outside. And that's great. And then Coach King is creative with dry land and going to a gymnastics room in town. And we have like a trampoline and a dry board with a spotting rig and things in the courtyard behind the indoor pool to practice some of the somersaults and lead ups off the pool. But so you just got to find a way, right?
You've been always finding a way. Last time I remember, you told me the closest dive board that we had was in Juarez. Now, I haven't checked in a while. Have you been there in a while to the club?
No, haven't been there in a while. Yeah.
But I bet they'd love to have you back.
Yeah, we would love to be able to use that facility. Obviously, a lot closer than Midland, but
no, it's just the way it is. But
yeah.
Like I said, I still think the day that you come on this sports show and tell me that we are going to build it, the first dive boards in New Mexico, I don't care if they're Albuquerque or here, it would be the best.
It would be the best. Trust me. Yeah.
Rick Pratt joining us. He's the head coach of the NMSU and swimming and diving team. I got to say this. When I look at your roster, I think you know how to speak Spanish, Slovakian, and Canadian.
That's the hardest one.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. How many international players do you have now?
I think we have 8 or 9 international athletes. So Italia's from Mexico City, and then Naja's senior from Slovenia, and then we have a freshman from Belgium, and then we have a handful of Canadians. I think 6 or 7 Canadians, and Annabelle Ivanoff. She's from Germany, who's having a great finish to her career here. Had a great meet on Saturday. So and then from all over the country, wherever we can find them. And but we do have some local talent. Gracie Pino is from Albuquerque, and as a freshman, really coming around. And Quinn Schmidt is another freshman. We had 3 freshmen from New Mexico on the roster this year, and then Elizabeth Cervantes Vanderloob, who's smashing her best times every swim meet, just like a great kid and working hard and swimming great.
I tell you what, I know you might have missed your chance to see them, but you will get one more chance to see them. And of course, well, actually a couple more chances. We're going to talk about what's going on here in a second. But as we look through that, well, let's just go ahead and look at the schedule ahead. You've got Northern Arizona up in Flagstaff, snow permitting. That goes okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, you guys got to travel tomorrow, don't you, to get ready for this for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Or are you going to leave on Friday?
I think the divers are only going on that meet. So it's the 4 divers, and Coach King is taking them. I think they leave Thursday morning. Yeah.
Do you get to go?
I am not going. Yeah, I got to stay back and coach the swimmers. Yeah.
Okay, so now you're getting ready for the Wac Tournament, which is the next week after. Am I right?
We've got 3 weeks, so that's the nice part here. We just had 2 meets back to back. We had UNM at home, of course, and then we were up in Flagstaff a week and a half ago against NAU, which we ended up tying. Which was crazy. We were supposed to have a meet here against Grand Canyon, but unfortunately that got canceled. But it's been a busy month because they come back from Christmas. They're doing doubles every day and working hard and doing crazy stuff in the pool. And then a couple back-to-back dual meets, which was really impressive last weekend to travel 10 hours on a bus to Flagstaff, swim at 7,000 feet, have a great meet up there. And it takes a couple of days to recover from something like that when you're swimming all these events. And then to rebound and swim so well this past weekend was impressive.
Where's the WAC tournament going to be this year?
It's at the University of Houston. They've had it there, I think, 7 or 8 times. They've got a huge facility on campus with, the diving well and a 50-meter indoor pool and lots of spectator space. We've got a huge fan base coming to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really excited.
I tell you what, and of course, being in Houston, so that's the goal to get ready for it. Which are the teams you're competing against? Because, like you said, not all WAC teams that you see that play basketball have a swim team, but which ones are going to be there?
So Grand Canyon has a great team this year. They've got really cool, some of the top swimmers.
And by the way, that is a rivalry. Let's just make that clear. Coach Pratt wants to beat GCU. Okay.
Yeah. And then Northern Arizona are in the WAC. They've been conference champions for 7 years, and a great team. They've got really great diving and a brand new facility up there in Flagstaff that they train out of, which has really catapulted them along. And then Northern Colorado has a great program up in Greeley. Seattle U, they've got swimming. Cal Baptist has a really good team. And then the University of Idaho is still in the WAC for swimming. The Vandals are still in the WAC. So there's and then Dixie State, they have a brand new facility as well on their campus.
Utah Tech.
Utah Tech. Sorry, pardon me.
No, I don't matter. We're not going to be political.
But they're kind of a up and coming program as well. So it's a good league of 8 teams, and it's going to be interesting.
Well, it's going to be interesting because you get one more year here. And are we going to Conference USA? Do they have a swim conference, or are we staying in the WAC?
Currently, they only have 2 teams left, other teams. So Liberty has a great program, and Florida International have a great swim program. And, of course, us. But I don't think they'll sponsor swimming with just 3 teams. So currently the plan is to stay in the WAC as affiliates, which should be okay for us. It's still a great league. And UT Rio Grande Valley, they're going to add swimming coming up.
They have a whole Gulf of Mexico there, too.
Yeah,
by the way. They got plenty of practice time.
They're building a new pool and adding a program. And then Incarnate Word has a pretty solid program as well.
In San Antonio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the idea, so how did you approach that with Mario when you first heard we're going to Conference USA? You're like, well, I don't know what that means for us. They don't have enough schools.
Yeah, Mario communicated with me, and we talked about it for a little bit. And I think for us right now, it just made sense to stay in the WAC. We've got good relationships and good rivals, and geographically, it makes sense for us, and it's a good league. So.
Was the WAC open to that idea, or did they have to think about it a little bit?
I think they're open to it.
Okay, they're like, well, we know this guy. We know what he does, and we know he's got international ever spelled around. I mean, this guy does more international than Pitbull, okay? Every time he travels and recruits. So, no, but I get it. People, just so we know this, because, we're talking about the international swimmers. Why did they come here? Why did they come to Las Cruces this one?
That's a great question, because, most of the kids we called have never been to New Mexico, obviously. But when a big draw is the weather and swimming outside, sunshine, beautiful mountains, our campus, our academic programs, and then of course the success of our program and how we develop athletes. And when I'm on the pool deck and I've got my cell phone and using whatever app of the day to do a video call with some kid in Italy or wherever they're at.
Isn't it great how social media has made that a lot easier?
Yeah. Hey, check out the palm trees. This is our pool campus. It's always a stunning thing to show people.
And then you show them the restaurants and Mexican food, and then you're like, good, you're great.
Yeah. For me, it's like an easy place to feel at home and friendly people. And for someone coming from so far away, I feel like it's a part of that draw is to have a welcoming environment and a place where you can feel at home and supported. And that goes a long way.
Yes, it does. Speaking of going a long way, this city is stepping up its swimming game. Since we last spoke, they are now building an extension to their aquatic center.
Oh, man.
That is going to be bringing a very Olympic-sized pool to the area. That's got to be big time. And were you working with the city maybe to see if you can have maybe some meets in there?
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice to, our facility can host dual meets and is a great forum to host meets, but perhaps in the winter and the colder months, like to have a more of a proper 2 or 3 day invite with multiple teams. Hopefully that would be a possibility, but I think it's great for swimming in Las Cruces and the area. It's going to really boost that sport, which is already strong, and with a couple club teams in the area. And I'm hoping that some of the high schools will also, start adding more. Currently Las Cruces High has a team. And I think, Mayfield and Centennial and Oñate would be great for them to have programs and to have a facility like that where their athletes could practice.
So as you drive down Solano, do you think to yourself, okay, I wonder what the specs are, or did they already let you see the specs of what this is?
Yeah, I went to a couple meetings and I met the architects and kind of looked at that. It's the same company that did our pool on campus. And the renderings look really beautiful with glass on one side and hopefully enough spectating room to host like bigger competitions, Is
that what you were asking for? Hey, make a little more room this way. Just go a little more
this
way.
mean, there's a lot of little details that go into hosting big swim meets with 500 or 600 kids in the pool. You need room for parents and spectators and in the appropriate areas now with, all the safe sport rules and details that go into that. So
looking forward to it, Coach. I tell you what, I'm hoping that pool will bring more of a local homegrown feel here. Maybe you're going to find the next big swimmer.
Yeah.
And then, of course, send them off to the Olympics, and maybe they'll give you a shout out when they get their medal.
That's a dream. That's a dream.
That's a dream there. But no, a lot of the swimmers. How impressed were you with the last Olympics that we just had and how the U.S. swimming did?
I mean, the U.S. is always really dominant in swimming. There's so much depth and it's a tremendous sport. And every Olympic year, it's a big boost to that sport as well. Every club team kind of grows 10, 15% in the month of August.
Besides the U.S., what other nations surprised you in how well they did during the Olympics?
The Canadians, just because I'm Canadian, they always have.
They're Canadian, eh? He tries.
They've been doing, better. But I think Europe in general, countries like England and Adam Peaty, now that male breaststroker from Ireland, and Sweden has got a couple, amazing swimmers. So the world is kind of catching up and catching on to how this works. And there's always an interesting meet for sure.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I was going to give you some Canadian questions, but I will be nice.
That's
because I know he loves his maple syrup, right? I just don't know if you prefer it from the eastern part of the country or the western part of the country.
I grew up in Quebec outside Montreal, and my buddy Matt Reed, he's got a maple syrup farm. My mom sends me a can of good stuff once in a while.
And of course, you all knows that you all saw one of the favorite films back growing up, Strange Brew. Yeah.
Sure did.
And if you had your monument of the CCTV or SCTV, people who's on that monument there that you enjoyed the most watching when you were growing up?
Oh, man.
See which comedians.
John Candy is the classic Canadian comedian, and so many.
Eugene Levy,
yeah.
There you go. And you have to put Tom Green in there whether you like it or
not.
not.
I don't know. Yeah.
You see, there you go.
I think guys like Jim Carrey kind of went into the stratosphere, Canadian comedians, but
and then they fell down.
Yeah.
We don't know where they're.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, I'm going to let you get the final word. How can people get their tickets to see you in the WAC? How can they go out to Houston and where they need to go?
Yes. So if you go to wacsports.com, all the information is going to be on there on the championship page. And it's a 3.5-day event. So it starts Wednesday night. There's only a couple relays, and then they do prelims that start at 10:30 for Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and
This
then
is
finals
Central Standard Time.
Central Time, and then it starts at 6:00 at night for finals in the relay. So the way it works is like you have these heats in the morning where you have like 50 to 80 kids per event, swimmers per event, and then they take the top 16, qualify for finals at night, and they score points. And then so the name of the game in the morning is to get, we call it ups and downs. To get as ups is like top 8, and downs is 16th through 9th. So the name of the game in this morning is to get everybody in scoring position as you can, as many loaded up into those top 8 positions as you can, and then you play the game like, well, who's got how many in each event, in each final, in each console, and then you can determine where you can go from there. And so there's 22 events, so every point counts.
All right, every point counts. I hope you can catch NAU. Don't give them another one, and just beat GCU, and I'm going to be happy. So that's just me. No, Coach, I got you.
I'm really excited. Either way, our swimmers are, especially our seniors, are really primed to have the best meet of their life. And every day we wake up trying to make these athletes better swimmers and divers, and that's what it's all about.
Well, when the city pool is done, you let me know. I'll go there with you. We'll do a tour around it. And then you can say, hey, we still need to add some more bleachers here, but I'm sure we're going to work out something that's going to be great for this swimming area.
Water's water, and more lanes over there is going to be great for the city.
That's what we're both drinking right now. Katrina, by the way, has a question for you. Can you teach a 45-year-old how to dive?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really? I'm 45. I'm not going to dive. How am I going to? That board's going to break the minute I get on it.
Well, baby steps. You start from the side of the pool. And
how high is that board again, by the way?
They got 1 meter boards, and then the tall one is 3 meters.
Yeah, not doing that.
Yeah.
Not doing it. Too old now. When's the last time you went off a 3-meter board?
Oh, a long time. I get up there and look at the view sometimes and videotape from up there and bounce around and scare everybody, but I haven't actually walked the plank in a while.
All right. Well, one year we're going to put a bet on this that either you or I are going to try to go off that thing.
Let's do it.
We'll have to do it in Midland, though, right? Is that where we're going?
We got a 3-meter at the university. We could do it. Can we cannonball it? No.
That's a tidal wave coming if I get on it. All right. Thanks for joining us, Head Coach Rick Pratt. Thank you for watching. This is Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast. Hopefully next week we'll get Ralph Ramos, the public schools athletics director, to join us. He's in a meeting right now. And we thank Rick for showing up on such late notice there, Coach. And I owe you big time again. But like I said, that's where I'm going to be jumping off a 3-meter board. So don't worry. That's coming soon. Next to our swimming pool, okay? So looking forward to it. And by the way, I want the Canadian maple syrup, all right? And you want that on my pancakes. I want the real deal.
Real McCoy.
The real, not this. Well, it's not even called Aunt Jemima anymore. I don't even know what the heck they call it. So, Coach, thanks for joining us. This is the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast, brought to you by Ragged Apparel from the Broken Spoke Tap House. Have yourselves a great one. We'll talk to you next week.